Listen up, because what I'm about to tell you is going to blow your mind. The dating landscape is shifting, and not in a way you might expect. Men aren't dating like they used to. The rules have changed, the expectations are different, and frankly, a lot of men are opting out altogether. They're not chasing endlessly. They're not simping for attention. They're walking away from the dating scene, often by choice. But the million-dollar question is, why? What's causing this mass exodus? We're breaking down the top 10 reasons men have checked out of dating and what it means for modern relationships. We're going to delve into the core issues, the frustrations, and the societal shifts that have led to this phenomenon. Get ready, because some of these reasons might surprise you. Let me tell you something. The modern dating scene, it's a rigged game, plain and simple. It often feels like a carefully constructed maze with no exit. Men are putting in all this effort, crafting profiles, sending messages, investing time and energy, and what are they getting in return? Crickets. Ghosting after a promising conversation, being left on red, wondering what went wrong. The lack of reciprocation is deafening. It's a numbers game, and the numbers are stacked against men from the get-go. The algorithms, the skewed ratios, it all contributes to a sense of futility. It's like trying to win a lottery where the odds are astronomically against you. Now, let's talk about hypergamy. You know what that is? It's the tendency for women to marry up or seek partners of higher status, whether that's financial, social, or otherwise. But in 2025, it's on steroids. Social media has amplified this tendency to an unprecedented degree. You've got women with a couple hundred Instagram followers thinking they deserve a millionaire husband. The standards have become incredibly unrealistic, fueled by the curated realities they see online. It's delusional, but it's happening every single day, creating a distorted perception of value and worth. If you're not in that top 10% of men based on income, status, or perceived attractiveness, you might as well be invisible in the dating market. The competition is fierce, and the bar is set incredibly high, leaving many men feeling inadequate and overlooked. You want to know another thing that's driving men away? The total lack of appreciation for effort and investment. Chivalry, it's not just dead, it's been beaten to a pulp and left for dead in a ditch somewhere. The traditional gestures of courtship are often met with indifference or even disdain. Men are expected to pay for everything, plan every date down to the minute, be a mind reader anticipating every need, and what do they get in return? Often it's a lukewarm response, or worse, the feeling that you're not doing enough. The goalposts are constantly shifting. It's demoralizing, it's exhausting, and men are sick of feeling like they're constantly falling short despite their best efforts. They're realizing that their time and energy are better spent elsewhere, on pursuits that bring them genuine fulfillment and appreciation. Now let's get real. Let's dive deep into the complex web of reasons why so many men are opting out of the dating scene in 2025. It's not just a matter of preference. It's a calculated decision, often driven by very real fears and concerns. At the forefront of these concerns are financial anxieties. In 2025, getting into a serious relationship feels less like a partnership and more like playing financial Russian roulette. The stakes are incredibly high, and the potential for loss is significant. One wrong move, one misstep, and boom, you're broke. You're suddenly paying alimony, child support, and you're living in a cramped studio apartment eating ramen noodles while your ex lives comfortably in the house you painstakingly paid for, filled with memories that now feel like a cruel joke. It's not a risk many men are willing to take anymore. The potential financial devastation is simply too great, especially in an era where economic stability feels increasingly precarious. Modern relationships, they're starting to feel less like genuine connections and more like cold, calculated business transactions. The focus seems to have shifted from love, companionship, and mutual support to legal contracts and financial obligations. Where's the love? Where's the partnership? Where's the genuine connection that should be the foundation of any relationship? Social media, it's a blessing and a curse, right? Wrong. For most men navigating the treacherous waters of the dating world, it's just a curse, a constant source of frustration and disillusionment. It's created this distorted, alternate reality where every woman seems to think she's a celebrity, an influencer, a queen bee. They're constantly bombarded with likes, comments, and unsolicited DMs from thirsty guys all over the world, inflating their egos and distorting their perceptions of reality. And what about the good guys, the ones who aren't resorting to cheap pickup lines, the ones who aren't sliding into DMs with sleazy propositions or leaving fire emojis on every single post? What about the men who are genuinely looking for meaningful connections? They're left swiping endlessly into the digital void, sending thoughtful, well-crafted messages that never get read, their profiles buried beneath a mountain of superficiality and fleeting trends. Remember when being a good man actually meant something? When qualities like loyalty, honesty, integrity, and stability were considered attractive and desirable? When women valued character and substance over fleeting thrills? Well, in 2025, those very traits might as well be kryptonite in the dating world. Women are increasingly calling these solid, dependable, and genuinely caring guys boring. Can you even believe that? It's a complete inversion of traditional values. Instead, what are women chasing? What qualities are they actively seeking in a partner? Excitement, drama, the thrill of the chase, the bad boy archetype who's going to give them a dramatic story to tell their friends over brunch, regardless of the emotional cost. It's completely backwards, and it's effectively pushing quality men, the ones who have the potential to be amazing partners, right out of the dating pool, leaving them feeling disillusioned and disheartened. The legal minefield that dating and relationships have become, it's not just a deterrent, it's a full-blown nightmare, a terrifying gauntlet of potential legal pitfalls, divorce laws, the ever-present threat of false accusations, complex and often biased custody battles. The entire system seems to be stacked against men. One wrong move, one innocent misunderstanding, one misinterpreted text message, and your whole life can go up in flames, reduced to ashes in the blink of an eye. Men are increasingly realizing that they're just one bad relationship away from losing everything they've worked tirelessly for. Their financial security, their reputations, and even their children. The courts? They're often perceived as not being on men's side, with a systemic bias that makes it incredibly difficult for men to receive fair treatment. Guys are walking into courtrooms already presumed guilty in the eyes of the law, forced to fight an uphill battle to prove their innocence. It's Russian roulette, but with your entire life, your future, and your well-being on the line. It's a gamble with stakes so high that the potential rewards simply don't justify the risk. Is it any wonder that so many men are saying a resounding no thanks to the whole dating scene, choosing instead to focus on their own personal growth and well-being? Now, here's where it gets interesting. Men aren't just giving up on the modern dating scene. They're actively leveling up their own lives. They're recognizing that their time and energy are valuable resources not to be squandered on fruitless endeavors. They're choosing purpose over the endless pursuit of romantic partners. Fitness goals, the freedom to travel and explore, ambitious financial goals. These are becoming the new primary focus. No more chasing shallow validation through fleeting connections, or trying to impress people who ultimately don't value them for who they are as individuals. They're prioritizing self-improvement and personal growth above all else. This shift in focus allows them to dedicate themselves to projects and passions that truly fulfill them. And the result? A genuine sense of happiness and contentment that comes from within, not from external validation. Last but not least, we've got to talk about the global shift that's taking place. Men aren't just checking out of their local dating pools, they're checking their passports and expanding their horizons. They're finding genuine connection, love, and respect overseas, often in places where traditional values and a more balanced approach to relationships still mean something. They're seeking partners who appreciate their efforts and offer reciprocal respect. These passport bros aren't bitter or resentful. They're simply done playing by a set of rules that they perceive as being rigged against them from the very start. They're actively seeking environments where they feel valued and appreciated. They're embracing new cultures and experiences. This allows them to broaden their perspectives and discover new facets of themselves. Look, this isn't about hating on women or assigning blame. It's fundamentally about self-respect and personal empowerment. Men are waking up to the realization that they no longer have to sacrifice their peace of mind, their personal purpose, or their inherent power for individuals who simply don't appreciate their worth. The dating game has irrevocably changed, and men are increasingly choosing to play by their own rules, prioritizing their own well-being, or opting out of the game entirely. So, what's it going to be for you? Are you going to keep chasing after fleeting validation, or are you going to take control of your life and start truly living on your own terms? The choice ultimately is yours to make.